Happy Friday, Muskies, and welcome. I'm Sabrina Sawal.
And I'm Simona Sawal, and this is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Hillary Clinton endured an 11-hour congressional hearing yesterday pertaining to her actions regarding the Benghazi attacks on September 11, 2012. Clinton accepted responsibility for the attacks and for the 4 American lives that were lost, stating, quote, "I have lost more sleep than all of you put together. I have been racking my brain about what more could have been done or should have been done," end quote. The hearing did not offer any new insights to what happened at Benghazi or Washington during the day of the event. Secretary of State Clinton ended the hearing by saying, quote, "I've done everything I know to do, as have the people with whom I worked, to try to answer your questions. I cannot do more than that," end quote.
On October 21st, a U.S. Marine was killed in a jet crash in Britain. The U.S. Marine was piloting the aircraft 70 miles northeast of London when the jet crashed between 10:30 and 11 a.m. in Redmere farmland. It was reported that only one person was on board the aircraft during the time of the crash. Further investigations are being held.
This December, Xavier art students will have the opportunity to showcase their talent. The Contemporary Arts Center is teaming up with the Xavier Art Society to allow students to put their artwork on display. The theme in which the students will base their work is myopia. The artist, Mark Mothersbaugh, titles his exhibition Myopia, which means nearsightedness, something he has struggled with since a child. This exhibition is very personal to him, expressing a new perspective on his life, as well as his personal views and opinions on social and gender issues. The showcase will take place from December 7th to the 11th. Each year, instead of heading to the beach for spring break, hundreds of Xavier students head out on alternative break trips. These trips help immerse students in a variety of social justice issues. This past spring, one trip took Xavier marketing major Tommy Bell to Kentucky Coal Country, thanks to Xavier Communication and Marketing Department with the story.
I feel like this issue encompasses a lot of different issues within itself, because we have the environmental impact of mountaintop removal, but then you also have the poverty associated with this region. And one of our guides here, Dave, explained to us that this is one of the richest regions in the world in terms of natural resources. Then why isn't this in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia? Because the people here are some of the poorest. And so this trip, while we're here, is not only, for short-term solutions like yes, it's awesome to shovel sidewalks and help people out, but mainly it's education-based, because we need to learn right now what's going on and how we can fix it. And of course, we can't fix it in a week. That's not the purpose of alternative breaks. The purpose is for us to be educated and to share that with other people. We need people to care about these issues, because for so many years and decades, nobody cared about Harlan County, Kentucky. Nobody cared about this region. I think the main thing is that, going back to Xavier, we're in a social justice environment, is that all of the issues are important, whether it's environmental or for animals, for children, for the elderly. We need to find a way to where we can help remedy some of these issues. And this isn't an issue that can just be fixed. Like I said earlier, it's not an issue that can be fixed by a week of college kids coming down in a white van. We're not going to fix it that way. But if we can share it with more people and more people know about this, I think there will be a day that people demand change.
As midterm week is ending, students find themselves worrying about things other than their grades. It has been reported that symptoms of mono has been going around on campus. Dr. Kim Miller of Xavier's Internal Medicine said, quote, 25% of college students will get diagnosed with mono at some time during their 4 years at school, end quote. On average, the doctors diagnose 5 to 10 students a week continuously throughout the year. To prevent the spread of mono, make sure to wash your hands and make sure not to share food or drinks with other people. Mono could stay in your body for 6 months, so it is important to get plenty of rest and drink a lot of fluids.
The Cintas Hot Dog Championship runs today during Muskie Madness from 5 to 9 p.m. The competition will be held at the Cintas Center, and you get to vote for 15 out of 16 signature Cintas hot dogs. Be sure to stop by Muskie Madness and watch the Xavier basketball team play.
Every year, seniors in the Digital Innovation Film and Television program embark on a storytelling journey, taking their original scripts to the screen in a final end-of-year presentation. There are many phases to this process, and one of those is casting. Seniors are currently casting their films for the 2016 Senior Seminar Class. Subjects of the films vary from aging out of the foster care system, gun violence, race relations, and a dystopian commentary on our education system. Professor Bliss DeVault comments, quote, "Once you have made your first movie, you can do just about anything in this field." End quote. She continues to say, quote, "The skills are very adaptable to working in a variety of digital environments," end quote. If you are interested in acting or helping with a production, it is not too late. Casting will be held over this weekend in the Brockman Television Studio, October 24th from 12 to 6 p.m. and October 25th, 12 to 4 p.m. Or contact the department for more information.
Here's a story from student reporter Caitlin Summers about Ohio Alley Cat Resource and the service they provide.
Located in the heart of Cincinnati, Ohio Alley Cat Resource is working hard to help solve stray cat overpopulation while also trying to improve the standard of living for all cats.
OAR's mission is to enrich the lives of Cincinnati cats and our community by providing low-cost spay-neuter at our nonprofit clinic, by providing TNR for feral cats in the community, and running a no-kill, limited emission shelter to find loving homes for our kitties.
Home to both a shelter and a spay and neuter clinic, OAR is a no-kill adoption center dedicated to finding loving homes for all of their residents.
There's a huge cat overpopulation problem in Cincinnati, as there is in most major cities, and there's pockets of stray and feral cats in neighborhoods throughout the city, and people are doing their best to try to take care of them. But the only way, the most humane way to get the population under control is to do trap, neuter, return.
OAR also uses an old but effective approach to overpopulation: catch, neuter, and return.
TNR is a process called trap, neuter, return, and what we do is we work with people who trap cats, bring them in humane traps to our spay-neuter clinic where they're fixed, and then the people pick them up and return them to the community where they were trapped.
At OAR, the cats have tons of space to grow and play. In their spacious and clean holding areas, they can socialize with visitors, play, or take a cat nap. They can even spend some time in the sun in their fenced outdoor porch areas.
Once a cat is accepted for intake into our shelter, they come in fully vetted, or we take care of vetting them, and once they're ready to go medically, we put them up for adoption. Kittens like this live in playpens, like crate type things, where their immune systems are protected. Our adult cats are usually ready to go into group rooms where they live with other cats until they find their forever home.
Above all, OAR is dedicated to the health and wellness of the cats. With a fully licensed veterinary staff, the Spay and Neuter Clinic offers high-quality and low-cost surgeries. With a variety of personality types, breeds, and ages, OAR has every type of cat to fit every type of person. All donations go towards keeping the shelter and clinic open and operational.
So the most important thing that I would like to ask everyone to do is to spay and neuter. Even if it's not your cat, encourage your friends or the people that you work with to fix cats. And if they have a stray cat problem in their neighborhood, to call for more information so that they can get those animals fixed.
Looking for a best friend? Or a safe, clean place to have your cat spayed or neutered? OAR has everything you need and more. For more information, visit their website at www.ohioalleycat.org or call 513-871-7297. Every happy cat at Ohio Alley Cat Resource will agree the center truly is the cat's meow. Reporting for Xavier News, I'm Caitlin Summers.
Lamar Odom was hospitalized last week after being found unconscious at the Love Ranch brothel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Odom's family says he has made, quote, miraculous progress, end quote, and is recovering well. A statement released on Tuesday claims that Odom's aunt, Janine Mercer, and the Odom family thanked doctors and nurses who cared for him at the Las Vegas hospital. The statement said, quote, "As Lamar begins a new chapter in his road to recovery, please continue to uplift him and the family in prayer. He continues to make miraculous progress, taking a few steps in Los Angeles. We couldn't be more overjoyed," end quote. Khloe Kardashian released a statement thanking the doctors and nurses for helping Odom make, quote, "incredible strides," end quote. That's all from this desk. Up next is Daniel Bowling with the Xavier Sports Report.
Hello Xavier, I'm Daniel Bowling and welcome to another edition of the Xavier Sports Report. It's the time you've all been waiting for, Xavier fans, basketball season. The introductory pep rally for the men's and women's basketball teams is tonight at 7 p.m. in the Cintas Center, with Fan Fest beginning at 4:30. Yes, I'm referring to Muskie Madness. The event will include introductions of both teams, a three-point shooting contest, and of course the infamous dunk contest. Watch out for junior Jalen Reynolds to absolutely run away with that one. The women's team did not make the NCAA tournament last year, but Bree Glover, who was voted preseason All-Big East, is looking to lead the team this year. The men's team lost a close game to the Arizona Wildcats in the Sweet 16 last year, and despite losing big contributors Matt Stainbrook and Dee Davis, is looking to make it even further this year. They're certainly underrated coming into the season, but if you ask me, I think they've got more potential than last year's team. And more on-campus news, the Xavier men's soccer team had a huge come-from-behind win at Villanova this past Saturday. After Villanova took an early 1-0 lead, Todd Pratzner tied the game up at 1 with a clutch goal in the 86th minute off a cross into the box. Then, about 2 minutes later into the 88th minute, Majed Osman put the Musketeers ahead for good with a low shot into the right side of the goal. The team improved to 8-4-1 overall and 2-2-1 in Big East play. Next up, the team takes on Big East foe Marquette tomorrow at 7 at the Xavier Soccer Complex. The women's volleyball team won a home contest this past Friday 3-1 against the Georgetown Hoyas. To no one's surprise, Abby Bessler led the Musketeers with 21 kills and a pair of aces, while McKenna Estes and Kristen Massa played big roles as well. The team will host rival Butler tomorrow. NBA preseason is here, basketball fans, and the start of the regular season is just around the corner. The reigning champions and small ball pioneers, the Golden State Warriors, have gotten out to a surprisingly slow start and looked off this far, as they have stumbled to just a 2-4 record, losing a game 85-70 to the lowly Los Angeles Lakers. The team, built around ball movement, scrappy defense, and ridiculous three-point shooting, is looking to replicate their 2015 finals run through a historically powerful Western Conference. They may have to face foes such as the Houston Rockets, Los Angeles Clippers, or the newly renovated San Antonio Spurs on their way to the playoffs, in addition to several other solid teams. However, my own pick for the championship this year is none other than the LeBron James-led Cleveland Cavaliers. They almost took down the Warriors last year without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. And now that they've had a year to gel, there's no reason to believe that they won't breeze through the Eastern Conference and take down the Warriors. In NFL news, the Deflategate rematch occurred this past week with the same result as last year's playoffs, as the New England Patriots defeated the Indianapolis Colts 34-27. The score was more respectable than the 45-7 drubbing that occurred last year, but the Pats were still clearly the better team. In addition, the Bengals also continued their dominant run thus far, improving to 6-0 with a 34-21 win over the Buffalo Bills. They have a week to rest up before facing their rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in Week 8. The Bengals have looked like a well-oiled machine thus far, but if they've had one problem, it's their run defense. Playing versus one of the better backs in the NFL in Le'Veon Bell could lead to some serious problems for the defense, and that is something the team will certainly have to get fixed during this week if they want to win the rivalry game. That's all we've got for today. Again, I'm Daniel Bowling, and on behalf of everyone in the studio, thank you for watching and have a great weekend. And as always, let's go X.